All right, all right.
So this is Big Sugar Ray Phillips, and I met him a long time ago when I first got introduced to this boxing thing that I love so much. I actually trained under this man, so this is a very special episode for me. My foundation of not just learning the fundamentals from a physical standpoint, but from the psychological standpoint of being tough, being gritty, all of those things that are required first and foremost, I learned from this man, and so did my son, who is, on the rise now. We could talk about that sometime as well on another episode. But that said, I'm really, really, really looking forward to this, and welcome, Big Sugar Ray Phillips.
Yes, I appreciate everything. He brought his son to my gym when he was about 6 or 7 years old. His name is Elijah. Elias
Isaiah.
I'm sorry, sir. Elias Isaiah, the champion punch that hit him. But his son, I say, what the mind can't conceive, the body can achieve. There's no such thing as in Sugar Ray's big school as can't. It's the thing as will not. It's the thing as I don't know how. But these young fighters today, they got to have wisdom into their corners. This is going to bring them to the next level and to the next level with wisdom. You got to stay on them about what you can. Yes, you can do. You don't like to do this, you don't like to do that, but you love boxing. So put all your energy into boxing. Boxing saved Muhammad Ali. It saved Sonny Liston. It saved Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, Larry Holmes. I could go on and on and on. Ray Lewis.
That's a lot of history right there, and a lot of great.
Boxing saved us all, sir. Be truthful with you. Boxing is the one. I could go back to Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. I could go back to all the fighters, all the Mexican fighters down in Mexico that I met back in the day. Jose Montequilo Napoles. He beat Curtis Coates for the worldweight championship. Look, all these guys right here, they love boxing.
Slow down. It's giving a lot of history here. People are going to need some time to start Googling or telling Siri. They're going to be like, Siri said so-and-so. Here's Siri said, bring them up. So they got some.
I hope they heard senior, not junior.
Senior.
But he said one thing that was really true, and it's very basic, at a very basic fundamental level. And it's sports psychology 101. What the mind can conceive, the body can achieve. It's one of the first things I learned working with Big Sugar Ray, and my son as well. Look, here's the thing. Big Sugar Ray only knows one speed from training. Let's just go, right? So, I have Elias, people look at him now, my son, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about my son. A lot of daddies like to do that, right? But, he's so gritty, he's so tough, he's so stubborn, But when I think back to when we first started doing this, he was 7, 8 years old, out there training like a man. He was walking around the lake with 5, 10-pound dumbbells, and like Big Sugar Ray had him grinding cold, rain, sleet, snow.
Rain, shine, sleet, or snow. Don't stop the Big Sugar Ray show. Man, his son, I had him training, sir, like a professional fighter, like a Olympic champion. I had his son training back here, turn you, no, not this way. Turn your hands up, turn over. Now he hit you up, hit him back 5 times. Only person you scared of is your daddy. You ain't scared of nobody.
I don't even know if he's scared of daddy.
Now he's not.
Because we're like this. But you know what? One of the things, and that's so important in boxing, because like what you learn at the beginning, the fundamental level, is something that may stick with you throughout your whole career.
Absolutely.
Because it's easy to establish bad habits. Because you've lived with them all these years. In order to create good habits, you got to replace them with a whole lifestyle change and so I only say that because to this day, there's a lot of things about him that are changing from a boxing standpoint. He's learning to be more athletic. He's learning to do more. But the one thing that has always remained the same, though, was that mentality of just being tough, being gritty, being just strong. And I think we got a lot of that from your camp, from our time with you.
And a lot of things I teach the kids, yes, sir, no, ma'am, yes, ma'am. See, it's more to it than just the boxing.
Right.
We teach them respect at the same time. We teach them the whole life grittier because you're not in the ring all the time.
Right.
Mike Tyson, he's a friend of mine. Mike Tyson didn't get in trouble in the ring. He got in trouble outside the ring. Outside the ring.
Evander Holyfield.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
Tyson told me Holyfield's ear looked like a lobster. He kept butting me. He said, champ, I had to bite it. I had to bite it in there.
So tell us about how did you actually get into boxing? How old were you? Where were you?
I started boxing in Oklahoma in 1957. My cousin,
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
1957.
Yes, sir.
Is that where you're from? Is Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
Okay.
That's what.
Well, you were born in Mineral Wells, right?
Yeah, I was born in Middleweight, but I moved back to Oklahoma, back and forth. My father, just anyway, he's dead and gone.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, but my mom and my grandma raised me.
Okay.
Middle Wells is the one who brought me up through everything. Sugar Ray, you can do it. We'll get behind you. Whatever you need, come on with it.
So, but where were you introduced to boxing? Was it Oklahoma or Mineral Wells?
It was Middle Wells when I was 5 years old.
5.
5
You
years
started
old.
boxing at 5?
Yes, I started boxing at 5. See, because my cousins and everybody, they was boxers.
Uh-huh.
So we used to go to all the tournaments and everything. Then get in there. If you didn't win, pop, pop, your head get.
So really?
I told you, next time win. Then we said win. And back then, we fought in 6-ounce gloves,
As
8-ounce
amateurs.
gloves as amateurs, and they would wrap your hands like bricks back then. And people didn't realize that a lot of fighters, good fighters, could have been champions, but they got hurt in the amateurs coming up. Like them you see,
They got hurt in the amateurs?
man, them guys like George Foreman. George was in the 70s. He was in the 68 Olympics.
Yeah.
Joe Frazier was in the 64 Olympics. Muhammad Ali was in the 60 Olympics. Man, we went through pure hell.
Was they like mismanaging? Or there wasn't so many
What? No,
rules or-
what? It was so many rules that old punch drunk, old school fighters didn't know.
Yeah.
There wasn't no rules. All the rules was win.
They
Win
just
what,
don't
Sugar Ray?
make
Man, win by any means possible.
You know what's so
Who's the tough?
You know
Who's the tough?
Well, you know what's so crazy about that is like now, if you go, how long has it been since you've seen an amateur boxing fight?
Oh man,
Because I know you ain't been a part of the amateur scene for a while, right?
No,
Like,
it's been a while. Barney, he got it, a good guy in Dallas. He was running everything, him and Debbie Holmes. So, but they invited me to a few things, but I
But
don't.
if you see it now, it's like, all it takes is a kid's head to go, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
10
8
count.
count, yeah, okay.
So yeah, 8 count. There you go. So like they're really, really careful about making sure nobody gets hurt. I guess that's a good thing because he sounded like you said. It was hell, right?
Gladiators back in them days.
No head. Listen now, we fought with no headgear as an amateur.
With 8-ounce gloves.
And 6 ounce. Listen, Google it. 6 ounce if he was under 147 pounds.
That was UFC back before you.
Oh,
You
man.
Joe was sparring the other day, and he was getting hit with 16s and headgear on.
Oh yeah, man, I don't see how no 6 now. I would attack.
So a lot of people was getting injured, probably never had a chance at a pro career because of the beating they took in amateurs.
They took, you know why? Because old school fighters didn't know. I want to teach you the way it's wrong, the way they taught the young fighters, but that's the only knowledge you have is the knowledge you know how to pass down.
Yeah.
You don't know no more.
There was a lot of skilled people though too though when you think about people like
mean,
Sugar Ray
think about it.
Leonard and those were those is it just because
No,
like
way before now. We can go back to Sugar Ray Robinson, the original.
their skills, their boxing skills was like few and far between. There wasn't a lot of trainers that could teach guys like that.
Sugar Ray Robinson was a friend of mine
Yeah.
before he passed away. I met him in Las Vegas. He said, Sugar, I'm going to pass the name on to you and Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Seals. It was 4.
Yeah.
He said, but y'all hold up the reputation. He said, because what I went through in them little bitty gloves,
Yeah.
he said, at least y'all got a better chance. But it's brutal out there for a fighter. But now they get it where they try to protect the fighter. They got headgear.
Yeah.
They got 12-ounce gloves as amateurs. Should have had that a long time ago because the amateurs do not get paid. Pros get paid.
Yeah,
right,
So
right.
why beat an amateur down?
Yeah.
Why have him beat down? Have him. A lot of good amateur fighters. Fort Worth, Texas. Texas had the best amateur fighters in the United States, but they got beat down in the gyms and the sparring. They got beat down in the state tournament, Golden Gloves, the open class. It's always the state championships in Fort Worth, Texas, sir. You
Yeah.
win the regional in different states and in different cities, but you go to Fort Worth, Texas to be a state champion.
Yeah. You know what he's saying is I was watching actually, I saw a video between Danny Garcia and his dad. And they were talking about Danny Garcia doesn't even spar a lot
Really?
in camp. They said maybe towards the end of the camp he'll spar a lot more.
Just-
But his
like
daddy
you
was
said.
saying, he goes, these guys take unnecessary beatings.
Yep,
Sparring.
yep.
They don't need to go through all of
And
that.
in technical sparring, you don't really.
If you technical sport, right? So I don't know how I feel about that too, because I'm like, okay, I kind of get where he's saying. He don't got to, don't take him through that beating, but at the same time, the sparring is so important.
You got to give a look.
But see, let me say this to y'all. I've been around sparring from Sonny Liston, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Ken Norton. I could go on and on and on. And gym called Johnny Taco's Gym, a world famous gym where Mike Tyson, everybody.
Johnny
knows that.
Taco?
Called Johnny Taco's Gym.
Yeah.
If you Google that gym,
Google that, Joe.
It's
All
a
right,
world.
phone on me, man.
It's all right. It's a world famous gym.
Where's
Rocky
located?
Martin, Las Vegas Boulevard.
Oh, okay.
Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yes, sir. All the champions, but you had to be special to come into the gym.
Yeah.
Other than that, he wouldn't even let you in.
Yeah.
It was
So-
members only type.
VIP members only.
Dang. You had to have a belt.
To be able to go with Johnny Taco and for your crew to get in, you had to be known. You had to be somebody who recommended you to come to this gym. But you had a ring similar to this right here. Man, when you get in there, there's no place to run. You can hide, but you can't run.
That's the Coliseum, huh? Yeah, full of gladiators.
But this right here, he had all these world champion fighters that was in his gym. He'd have 10 world champions in that one day. World champion.
I want to get to that one day. So let me ask you this though, like, what do you think about the current state of amateur boxing? Obviously, it's gotten better from the standpoint of what we just talked about.
Right.
The rules and the regulations protect boxers. It gives them a chance. They don't got to take all that unnecessary punishment before they go pro. But what about the other things about amateur boxing? You think that, like, everything's better? Are they better athletes? Are they developing? And then there's politics and all that too, or
But be real. Today, amateur boxing is much better today than it was yesterday.
Uh-huh.
It's still a lot of politics in it.
yeah.
I seen, just back it up, Mayweather really won the gold medal in '96.
Oh, yeah,
But
absolutely.
and Antonio Tarver,
Roy
I
Jones
could
too,
go
yeah,
Ron
yeah,
Jones,
yeah.
I could go on and on. But they have got better
Yeah.
since then, right there, because they do more for the fighters. Like, you get paid a little money if you're in the top 5 in the amateurs in the Olympic training camps now. They give you a little blessing a little bit. So they respected the fighters because all that money, who is it going to buy trophies? And where the rest of the money goes?
Yeah,
They go into their pocket.
Yep.
So that's why I tell
It's all the politics still, yeah.
it's still a lot of politics in it, but amateur boxing have got much better than it was.
What do you think about the boxers? Do you think that they've gotten more? I think they've gotten more athletic.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
think they've got more athletic? Like, you got guys that are moving and doing stuff that.
In my opinion, I think they got more athletic, but old fighters have more heart.
Have more heart, yes. Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
absolutely.
That's true.
But think what happened, just the young fighters today, sir, the young fighters, they look at football players best, see how they work out. So they get a lot of conditioning
Yes.
and heart
Absolutely,
yes.
conditioning that we didn't get.
Right.
We had old fighters, we had heart, but we didn't have all that conditioning.
You-
Like Holyfield was a conditioning freak.
Yeah.
That's all he did was work out.
They're
Yeah.
specialized training.
Yeah.
They're special, and you get a trainer who knows that. See, a boxing trainer don't want you to come in and get a strength trainer. Man, he got to have this right here. You can't do it all.
But he wants to do it all.
He wants to
That's
do it all.
exactly, you know what? This is good because this is what we've been talking about for a long time.
Okay.
Like, boxing coaches can't be all things to all boxers.
That's
Like,
right.
you want to teach him how to box. You want to teach him how to be technical. You want to teach him boxing IQ. You want to give him experience. You want to make him smarter and, to be able to make adjustments and things like that. But that doesn't mean you're an expert on making them faster and more explosive and more athletic.
Right.
That's what a conditioning coach is for.
Yeah.
Now, can a boxing coach do it too? Yeah,
Yeah.
if you study the methods of a strength and conditioning coach. So now you got a lot of pros that are starting to have their boxing coach for boxing and the strength and conditioning coach for the strength and conditioning. You know what I mean? Now, is that necessary? Well, for now, as long as these boxing coaches don't take the time to get strength and conditioning training and certification, because I want to teach my boxers to do it all. If I want them to be better, well, shit, I need to take my time and I need to learn how to make you faster, more explosive.
Yep.
So I'm gonna learn strength and conditioning techniques. Hell, basketball, football, baseball, all these other sports are doing it.
Right.
Why aren't we?
Absolutely.
Okay, but let me show you something. Okay, everybody stay in their own lane. You stay in the lane of training. He stay in the learn. He stay in the line of nutritionist. He stay in the line of strength training. He stay in the line of conditioning. You have to have all this to make
Yeah. Now, I'm not trying to get on the nutrition because Lord knows.
Oh man. Hey, that's my biggest downfall.
But the strength and conditioning, right?
Yeah.
Like I told myself when I started this gym here, I am not gonna put you through strength and conditioning. Why? Because I got 2-3 hours with you.
That's
You need
right.
to spend all that time learning how to be better boxers. Now, if you want to pay for strength and conditioning going somewhere, by all means. If
Right.
you want to get up early in the morning and do strength and conditioning, your calisthenics, your 3, 4, 5 mile run, good. But I'm not gonna spend time doing that with you.
Right.
But let me say this to you, sir. You buy a fighter, you get him 10-pound weights, 20-pound weights, 25-pound weights. You don't have to. But early in the morning when you get up, like I used to take y'all around that weight.
I remember.
See, that's isometric pressure. What I was teaching. It ain't lifting weights where your muscles be like this right here, because you don't have
It's raw, you
have
developing that raw strength.
Right.
Yeah.
pure raw strength.
Mhm.
But it's up to you to do it early in the morning. Ain't
Yep.
nobody watching you but you and God. You and God.
He's talking about integrity.
See?
Yeah.
You know why? I like that because it's like, by the time they get to you for their boxing session, do they really deserve to be there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you really want to go through this? I want you putting out, this many punches per round. I want you grinding it out when you need to. And if you can't do it, what I'm asking, but are you really ready to actually
Yeah, you got to do their homework.
Now listen to this. You can fool your uncle, your mom, your dad. You can't fool you, yourself, your shouting God. You can't fool them. So it's up to you to be real with yourself.
Absolutely.
And did you run 5 miles? Ah, yeah. But you ain't run a mile.
Right.
You just pull white on you, look like you're running.
Yeah.
You ain't run a mile.
Hey, but
So-
it'll all show when you get in there, though.
But listen, it's a friend of mine. He's a 10th degree black belt. He said, you can't hide what you don't know. You cannot hide. When you get in that ring, you get back to the corner. I said, I thought you were working out here, man. I have, man, but I don't know. Yeah, getting to work out. That's what I know.
Discipline's a whole other thing for a lot of these guys too, man. You see, me doing this now, I can see what you used to see, man. You see all of this talent, you see all of this potential, you see all of these guys can do so many things, but some of them are just so lazy, and they ain't got no discipline, and they want to depend on their talent to get them far. And what do you do with that? You know what I mean? You can't do much because, yeah, you take them to go spar other guys at different gyms, and man, he's good. But how long would that last?
Right.
See, it's like, I'll take y'all back a little bit. It's called Carlos Zarate. Just Google him sometime. Google Pino Cuevas. This is back in the 60s, 70s. Jose Montequila, all them guys coming up. Man, it's up to you. Your trainer.
Oh, sorry.
Your trainer, he bring you to the gym, but when you leave it like Mike Tyson, he didn't get in trouble in the gym when he left the gym when he got in trouble. So that's go to show you how strong it is in and out of the gym. You do great in the gym, but when you go out, oh man, my coach won't know it. Oh, my coach won't know it. Oh, round number 6. Number 7. Oh yeah, it's a whole different. Well, man, I thought you been working. Oh. Listen, you shame the devil and lie to yourself. Shame the devil, because the devil had you to do it.
Yeah.
Now you're in the ring. Now we're in front of millions of people. And you out of breath. I thought you.
So you think there's a lot of pros right now that's still going through things like that?
It is because it's a mental state.
Yeah.
It's a mental state. Like me and Larry Holmes used to talk a lot. Me and his brother Jake and them. I was in Larry Holmes. I was with him when he fought Jerry Cooney.
Yeah.
All up in Caesar's Palace in the big room.
Yeah.
Man, we brought some girls in there. Just to be real with you, but they would play with Larry said.
Different times back then.
No, but Larry said, Sugar Ray, y'all, you and Jake can get them. Y'all get them out of here. We'll get the girls whatever they want. But I see everybody later on down the line.
He was disciplined.
Larry was just,
Yeah.
believe me, man. Believe me, when Muhammad Ali the same way. He said, I don't mind looking at them. That's all, but I can't touch him.
Yeah.
See, like Tommy Hearns, they had some girls rubbing him down and got him off before he fought Ray Leonard in '81 in Las Vegas out there. And Tommy Hearns, it's about 13th round, all the energy is gone. Man, we have to leave girls alone 6 weeks, 10 weeks for a fight, 12 weeks, 15. You leave them alone because once they zap they zap that strength out of you, it's all over.
God, that sounds like.
I'm telling you, sir. I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
Those new fighters, though, they like to be, they don't like to follow that rule because they feel like it makes them loose in the ring. They want to feel loose.
Right. But see, it does. It makes you loose as a goose to get your head knocked off. Bam! That's what it does. It gives you enough confidence to get yourself knocked out, because if you look at the scientifics of it through history, it takes a woman, when a man releases himself, man, it takes it it takes it out of you, man. And you don't have no strength. I don't know, man, did this. Now I get up in the morning, run me 7 miles, run 18 miles. Man, I can.
It sounds like me and my wife, man. I said I was gonna run today. I didn't run. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think is one of the, like, when you think of disciplined boxers then that still have that mentality, out of the guys boxing today, who do you think of? So I would say, well, disciplined guys, real disciplined in the head, who do you think about?
I would go with, even though he's retired, Mayweather he come up through them ranks, through his uncle, through his dad, through all those old school fighters that trained him in Las Vegas. He come up watching and listening.
Yeah.
See, the only way you can't hear me, you got to be deaf.
Yeah.
If your ears is open and you're around knowledge and wisdom,
you're gonna soak it up.
You're gonna soak it up.
So anybody you can think of right now that's current though, like what about Canelo?
Man,
he's disciplined.
No, he's triple disciplined.
Yeah.
Canelo is focused in. He comes from the guess it's been the onion patch. Black folks, we come from the cotton patch.
Yeah.
But Mexican folks, y'all come from the tomato patch.
He was on the ice cream.
But Canelo see this right here, and man, Canelo, he's a condition.
What do you think about him right now in his career? Like you saw his last fight. You see the Jaime Munguia?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Man, Canelo, I'm telling you, he's a beast with conditioning.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because he's not as fast as he used to be.
No.
Is that because he lost speed, or just now that this experience, he's willing to just get you in trouble?
No, be real. It's a deal called wisdom. Wisdom calls discipline as we get older. The age slow you down. The older you get, you think you're still fast. But 10 years from today, 5 years from today, you don't have the same speed that you used to have. But your mind still thinks
you see stuff.
You see stuff, but you can't react.
So it's interesting that he says that, because like when I'm looking at Canelo, it's like, man, he's staying there longer than he used to be, or he's not moving. But he's still making you pay for mistakes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. He still has that power.
Yeah, but he has that craftiness. That's wisdom. What he says, boxing knowledge.
But listen what he said. See, the last thing to leave a fighter, Google it.
Power.
Yeah. And speed leave us, but bang! And power, that's the last
don't
thing.
Nobody want to get touched by it.
Oh, no.
So they be very careful.
That's right. Like he,
And that look is
So you think he should fight Benavidez?
man, I think he'll beat the brakes off of Benavidez.
Everybody keeps saying he's
I-
scared of Benavidez. He don't want to fight. But
I don't know, man.
That's why I said the same thing. I think Canelo win.
They trying to
I
get,
do, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a tough fight because Benavidez is a dog.
but they trying to get trying to get the money. Sis, to be truthful with you, you young men, it's all about bags of money.
Absolutely.
They see so many of us old fighters, we go broke, we don't have this, we file chapter 11, chapter 7. They say, damn, man, this man was a hell of a fighter. But we didn't make the money we should have made. That's what Mike Tyson is doing, what he's doing with Paul Logan.
Well, thank God he's making millions again.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he's making- yeah.
Because he could have ruined himself.
Hey, shout out to the Saudis because they've been
Yeah.
making
Oh,
fights.
shout out to the Saudis.
Oh, dude, they've
my
been making
God.
the fights that we all want
The
to see.
Saudis are
And they've been
making it
throwing
happen.
money to make it.
I love
Oh,
what
absolutely.
stuff
Yes,
what they're
sir.
doing over there, bringing fighters over there to make bags of money where they can take care of their mama, their grandma, their kids, their great grandkids.
Yeah.
Without no money, it's hard. We wouldn't even be in this building with no money.
Oh man,
You
Trust
got
me.
to
Trust
have
me.
cameraman wouldn't even be doing without money, man.
Trust
Take
me.
to buy a camera.
You should have seen us in here, man. All the work we was doing late at night. We did all this ourselves.
Yeah.
And we did all of this ourselves. You know, every paint chip.
Yeah.
Every chip. But you know what? So like that, that makes a lot of sense, man.
Yes,
Like,
sir. Yes, sir.
So let's go back to you coming up in boxing though, right? You started at 5. I don't want to get away from that. I wanna trace your upbringing, how you actually made it to where you actually made it.
Okay.
So you started at 5. Because you got like 145, 146 amateur fights, right?
No, be true with you. I had over 500. See, a lot of fights back.
Whoa, on box rank it says 145.
But see, that's box recs.
Yeah.
But they didn't count the fights when I fought in Oklahoma. I fought in Wichita, Kansas. I fought in Kansas City,
Give me
Missouri.
one, too, Joe.
When I was 8, 9, 10 years
Yeah.
old. They didn't count them right there. So box recs got what I did in the open. See, these is open fights only
Yeah.
in box rec got.
Yeah.
They got Olympic style
Mhm.
box. They got Olympic style open fights. But you just don't turn open. You got to fight Pee-wee. You got to fight high school.
Here's what I
You
want
got
to
fight
ask
Norwich.
you. Like, you know how a lot of this USA box. Cause when I do my homework, USA boxing, like Olympic style boxing, wasn't always the popular style of boxing.
Right.
Like Golden Gloves, before USA boxing came the main thing. Like Golden Gloves was doing their own thing. So was Olympic style boxing, was everybody doing that type of boxing, or was it more people were like, for example, Olympic style boxing, I'm throwing this hook like this, but standard conventional boxing, I'm throwing a hook like this. It wasn't until like this Olympic style boxing came along where it kind of changed the tactics and the punches.
Well, see, it's be truthful with you. It's a shame. I'm gonna just tell the truth. You train your son all your life. He go to the Olympics. You can't get in his corner. He got a coach in his corner.
Teach him
to live.
all kind of
You
different-
heard what I said. Man, I'm telling you, it's come from Muhammad Ali. It come from Joe Frazier. It come from George.
Do you think that
Foreman.
messes him up, or they
It
can
really does.
make an adjustment?
No, it's hard to make that adjustment, but you so sharp and you're in such great condition, you make the adjustment anyway. But you really used to. It's like me. If we get into a deal, I go into the ring right now, and people been around me. Come on, Terrell. Come on, Sugar Ray. Come on. I know your voice.
Yeah.
Now, man, it's hard for me to learn this other guy's voice, and he just been training me for 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks, 11 weeks. It's hard for me to learn it. I hear thousands of people in the audience. Certain voices
That
I
you-
hear.
yeah.
Certain voices I hear, man. It's like Angelo Dundee. He was in my corner.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that. I definitely-
We can't just skip over that.
Yeah, no, wait.
So Muhammad Ali's trainer always says, it's what we hear in the ear. The 3 trainers like us right here, we got Elijah with him, your fighter. We got him in the ring. And he said, I said, let me get up and say something. He said, now, Sugar Ray, you listen to me. I said, okay, I'm going to tell you what he's doing wrong. He said, okay. So his son is used to listening to him, not me.
Right.
He's used, so that's where everybody want to be the big man in the ring.
You got to play your part.
But you got to play your part and listen to the voice. It's a voice
Yes.
that you've been listening to over the last 20 years, 30 years.
That's interesting because, like, I try not to let my ego get in the way at all.
Okay.
So, for example, I was in Shreveport yesterday, and I took 2 of my amateur fighters to go fight. They're both novices,
Okay.
right? But Milo, my most experienced fighter, who got like almost 20 fights now, he's the one that's sparring Frank Martin.
Mm-hmm.
He went with me to help out with the guys. And, I was telling my guys certain things, but Milo started telling them some things too. But they were listening really well to what Milo was saying because, he just wanted to help them.
Yeah.
Right.
And, but what he was saying made a lot of sense. I stepped back. I was like, please keep on doing it. He's like, you don't mind, right? It don't bother you? I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
that's right.
I'm like, no, because I understand what you're telling them. It works. They see it. They understand it. So I don't let myself get in the actual way that way. So but anyways, I want to go back to how you came up.
Okay.
So you have all these amateur fights over 500. BoxRec sold 140 something, but
Open.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
BoxRec.
That Lomachenko record.
see, what a person don't realize is like Don Curry. He had over 300 or 400 fights. Stevie Cruz, Rocket, and all of them. But you go back, I go back far than they do. They wasn't keeping no records of us. It's in the papers.
They weren't doing it. Yeah, there was no
Man,
system. It
I'm
was all
telling y'all, sir.
Yep.
It's word of mouth.
Yeah.
whatever was in a Rolodex.
about my junior fights, about my high school boxing, about my novels.
His records are probably in some filing cabinet somewhere that made it through a fire or a flood.
Only
An old
box Rick's
library.
have is my Olympic style open fights. Open AAU 3-minute rounds.
When you say Olympic style, that means that before you were fighting some other type of way, or
Olympic style mean
that USA boxing type of. Yeah,
that's right. There you
because
go.
not everybody was fighting that way. Like
No, everybody was. But see, what they do, they started it like, y'all listen to me careful, I'm gonna dig some history up.
come on.
Blacks couldn't even fight in the Texas Golden Gloves in 1961, 62, 63. They just started fighting in the Texas State Golden Gloves in 1964, sir. They wouldn't even let a black man fight.
For real, even after the whole Jack Johnson thing.
You heard what I said, sir. Jack Johnson is from Galveston, Texas.
Yes.
He was the first black Olympic, black heavyweight champion of the
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
He was Muhammad Ali's idol.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali called him the ghost
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the house.
yeah, yeah.
Ghost in the house. But what I'm saying is that they wouldn't even let fighters. I was the first fighter in history to win 3.
Oh, we're getting there. That's why he got ahead of me. So look, so you start boxing Mineral Wells, and then when did you start actually? What age were you when you started actually fighting Golden Gloves, the national competition, the state competition?
All right. It was 1968, 69, 70, and then 72, 73 when I started in my open division class. I never lost a fight in Texas Golden Glove history. I never lost a fight at the age.
What weight did you fight?
I fought 156, light middleweight.
Most of the time?
Most of it, I was welterweight, but I go up to 180, had to come down to 140, go up, come down. And so I started just boxing at 156.
Back then, how many times would you fight in a week at the competition?
Man, if you Google the Mineral Wells paper, man, I fought every week, 365 days, damn near a year. Because the old coaches, they would fight Wichita, Kansas, would fight Oklahoma, would fight back in Texas. He kept me active.
Yeah,
His name was
And there wasn't no way to
Smith.
keep up with you.
No. And all they did, they didn't have no record. I love the amateur now. Say you just started boxing and you weighed my weight.
Yeah.
You weighed 156. I had 100 fights, 200
You
fights,
still had to fight them.
and you had one fight.
Because now that's different. Now, now,
Yep, they got
if
foot.
somebody got 9 fights, they're not about to put them in there. Somebody with 100.
Right,
fights.
right. They try to keep it kind of easy.
So you mean to tell me back then?
Back then,
This guy
yeah.
comes in, I got 2 fights. Oh yeah, you fighting Big Sugar Ray, he got 145. 145. Jesus.
And his trainer would put him in there with you. Oh man, you can beat him. How you gonna beat me? And I got 100 open fights. You ain't got no open fights.
So-
you're wishing and hoping you can win.
So you was winning all of these national competitions, and then did you ever get to go to I don't even know, did like the Junior Olympics exist back then or no?
The Junior Olympics, it didn't even exist back in back in them days. But I went to the Nationals. I was rated the #1 fighter in the United States in 1975, 76.
I wasn't even born.
Man, no,
I wasn't even born.
You was thought of, but you wasn't born.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was back with Larry Holmes. He was in the Nationals. Nick Wells, a hell of a fighter out of Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah.
I was in there with Ray Leonard. I was in there with Michael Spinks. I beat Michael Spinks in 1973.
Dang.
What? In 1973, I beat Michael Spinks for a national title.
So, hey, going back to
In Lowell, Massachusetts.
Oh man.
going back to all the spar awards and stuff like that, what was the best fight that you've seen in the gym?
Man, it would be, I'd go to Philadelphia. They would bring me up to Philadelphia to spar with Bobby Boogaloo Watts, Willie Monroe the Worm, Benny Briscoe. These are the guys who give Hackler his first loss.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, before Hackler become champion, they beat Hackler up. But anyway, we would go up there, that's a spar match. Man, in the gyms, it was reputation.
Where's Elias at? Hey, tell him to come out here and say what's up, Big Sugar Ray. Looking for him.
It would be. Tell my champion to come on in. Tell the champ to come in the house. He's the future champ. But anyway, man, we'd go up to Philadelphia. He had a trainer up there. His name was Eddie Flex, but he's a trainer among trainers. Y'all listen to me now. The best trainer in the world, his name was Georgie Bennett. Google his record and Google. He trained all of the '84 Olympic team. He don't get the credit. Lou Duval get the credit. Why? Lou Duval had the bankroll.
Oh
But
man.
Ronnie Shields trained up under Georgie Bennett. I'm telling y'all, Georgie Bennett was the best trainer it was.
You got to work with him? You got to train with him? Or?
You know I did.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Georgie would train us, man, like no.
So he said the best sparring war. Who was it between again?
It was between Bobby Boogaloo Watts, Willie Monroe the Worm, Benny Briscoe. All of them Philadelphia fighters was the best sparring partners. They were being ready.
Dang, Philly got a history.
Oh, yeah.
And we had a fighter here in Texas named Curtis Coates. He was the first welterweight champion of the world here in Texas. And Curtis, he would try to bring fighters in, but you have to bring them in, get them a hotel room, rent them cars. So I just started flying where they were at.
Right.
Yeah.
So you win all these national titles throughout your history, and you were supposed to go to the Pan American Games, right? Or did you?
I was supposed to go to the Pan American Games and the Olympics. I'll tell y'all exactly what happened. It was a guy, his name is Doug Lloyd.
Because Pan American, you got to go through that before you go to the actual Olympics.
No, you have to be rated #1, and somebody has to beat you. If no one can whoop you, you go to the Pan American Games. You go from there to the Olympics.
Okay.
But you have to be #1.
So you were going to go to the Pan American
I was
Games.
going to go to the Pan American, and I was rated #1 to go to the Olympics
At what weight at this point?
at 156.
156.
But a guy named Doug Lord, he was a con man.
Yeah.
He give me a nice little piece of money, give me a new Lincoln, and brought me from
Was it like a manager or a boss?
Well, he was a pimp manager.
Oh,
Let's be real
man.
with you, the pimp manager. So he brought me from Mineral Wells to Dallas. They set me up in a nice condo and set me up with everything.
You were still at Mineral Wells at this point.
Yeah, right. So I moved to Dallas.
Man, who lives in Mineral Wells?
Alice Walton lived there
Okay,
now.
there we go.
Alice Walton lived there now. She lived with Possum King and Lincoln. But she wasn't there to help the champ out back then.
The chain's making a lot of noise.
But anyway, going back, a lot of fighters back in them days, we didn't have the proper management. We didn't have no agent. We didn't have, all you had was a manager. You heard about what he did to this fighter, but you look at that fighter.
So he said, when he found you, and he said, I want to make you
No. Back in the, say, like 71, 72, this guy named Paul Percyfield. He was putting on big time fights in Dallas, pro fights, and amateurs could fight on pro fights. They called it the pro amateur call.
So they were still.
You was an amateur.
Yeah.
You was an amateur. They was getting your name out there, but you was on a pro card. His name was Paul Percyfield. So anyway, we go back to say like 71, 72, 73. So they bring in a fighter named Sugar Ray Phillips. He just won the gold medal. He's the only one who won the gold medal in 1972.
What weight was he?
He fought welterweight. He fought a friend of mine named Roy Barrington.
Okay.
And Paul and them, they brought, but I fought on the card, but I was still an amateur.
Yeah.
See, I didn't turn pro to right there at the end of 75, 76. And they bullshitted me by giving me that little money because they know I was going to win a gold medal.
Yeah.
If I'd have won that gold medal, I'd have been worth millions for the signing bonus.
Yeah.
But they give me a little 50,000, give me a new Lincoln.
Yeah.
You know, for mental well
Yeah.
sale. I think that's big time.
Yeah.
Introducing me to Roger Staubach, Too Tall Jones, Harvey Martin,
Yeah.
taking me to the Playboy
So
Club and
you
everything.
so they wow you.
That's right. I signed the contract, but in less than a year, 2 years, I seen it was a bad contract.
Well, me, how'd you know
And
that?
because I was 12-0,
Yeah.
and I wasn't getting no fights,
Yeah.
and wasn't making no money. He wanted me to work a job. I said I didn't come here to work a job.
What? But you 12-0 as a pro?
You heard what I did, sir. You heard what I said. I fought. I was 12-0, and they didn't have. They wanted me to work a job. I said, man, how can I work a job and go to Philadelphia and come here and come? Eddie Fuss said, Sugar Ray, you can come up here and work with Joe Frazier. You can come up here and work with Bobby Boogaloo Watts. But they got to give you some support with money.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
They wanted to keep me as a, just keep me just.
Were you already working with Angelo Dundee at this point?
No. I didn't start with Dundee until right after. I started with Dundee right between the Hagler fight, and a guy named Paul Percival hooked that up. That's one of the two biggest mistakes I made in my life, and y'all listen to me carefully, and it hurts me to the day in my heart. I didn't sign up with Paul Percival. I didn't sign up with Angelo Dundee. Paul Percival he did all the construction going down 45.
Yeah.
He did all that bridge construction.
Yeah.
He had fighters that was major fighters in the fight game. He said, Paul, he come from SMU. We got a podcast coming out right now, and he's on one of the podcasts. Say, this the real Sugar Ray right here, Sugar Ray Phillips. He should have been. He would train as an amateur like a pro when he was 15, 17 years old, but he never got his proper break because they always put him in over his head.
So Angelo Dundee, how did you get? So were you with Angelo Dundee when you fought Hagler?
Yes, I was with Dundee when I fought.
Yeah.
So
what I wanted.
I told him, I go, Big Sugar Ray fought Marvin
Hagler.
Yeah, Marvin Hagler.
And the Boston Garden on a 72-hour notice.
He goes, I gotta ask him about that.
That's one of my favorite fights.
Listen, on a 72-hour notice.
On a 72
You heard what I said, sir.
Okay, so how did this happen?
What
Okay.
were you weighing when you got that phone call?
When I was weighing, be true with you, I was weighing like 158, 159. I was training to fight the North American champion, Roy Barrington.
Where were y'all gonna fight at?
Y'all
Y'all gonna fight at 156?
No, 160, Hagler's weight.
Oh, that's right.
Back then, it was the Hagler's weight. Hagler weight 160, we was gonna fight at middleweight. So I pulled up from light middleweight to fight middleweight.
So you got a phone call or what happened?
Yeah, I got a phone. I was dealing with some people who was agents. Now, I was tired of managers. I messed with agents.
Yeah.
So the agent's name was Patty Flood. Now Brady.
How many pro fights did you have at this point?
12 fights.
12 pro fights?
Hagler had 33.
And you had 12 pro fights at this point?
You heard
And you were already training with Angelo Dundee?
I was Paul got me with Angelo.
What year was this?
This was 1977, September the 24th.
Okay.
Dang, man.
Yeah, you got the call from the agents. What was that?
Yeah. So I got a call. I said, man, we're gonna give you X amount of thousands and this and that. My wife, she hollered and this and that. I said, man, I fight Hagler, his grandma. What I'm saying, we all could see, we're not afraid of each other. We all come through the nationals, the states together. We all come through the AAU
So was that the
together.
first time you faced?
So it's not like it was a ghost to you, yeah?
Was that the first time you faced Hagler?
No, that was the first in the boxing. But we've been knowing each other.
I see.
Yeah, we've been knowing each other in Lowell, Massachusetts, Boston,
I
Massachusetts.
knew each other's reputation.
Yeah, in Knoxville, Tennessee. We known each other because he was fighting middle, I was fighting light middle.
So you had how long to prepare for him?
72 hours.
What? But you said you have been preparing for who though?
I've been preparing to fight Roy Barrench's brother, for the North American Championship. Paul Hirschfield was going to fight here in Dallas.
So what had happened to Hagler's original opponent?
What's that? He run out of the country. He was so scared of Hagler. He run out of the country.
Was this before Hagler fought Hearns?
Yeah, this right here was in 77 years before he fought Hearns.
So you got to get a piece of him first?
Yes, sir.
So talk to us about that fight. I want to know about that. I don't even remember I asked you about it. Talk to me about it. I probably did sometime, but...
Say, man, Paul, he had a private Learjet out there in Love Field.
Yeah.
He flew me, Dundee, Curtis Coates up to the fight. He said, Sugar Ray, you going to be able to beat Hagler. He said, they going to poison you. He said, we're going to get on private cooks. We're going to bring your own water. So Paul brought his name.
They were real skeptical about stuff like that.
You heard me, man, because they know what fighters did to fighters back in them days.
And it's dirty, man.
Yeah,
Man,
so much politics.
back there, you could go wrap your hands like brass knuckles. They put brass knuckles on top Rocky Marciano when he fought them guys back in the 40s and 50s.
Rocky Marciano?
You heard what I said. That's why he was. Man,
You breaking my heart.
man. But listen,
These posters there when I get home.
you can have
That hell, man. You're breaking my heart.
You fighting a black man, we couldn't even vote in 1954,
Man.
52. So when you don't want a black man to vote a white man, no sir. Back in them days,
He's looking at you saying, I know, man. I'm over here.
Hey, hold on, man.
Notice she ain't looking over here.
Hot here, bro.
Hey, man.
You're tired.
So walk me through that whole experience then again. I don't know.
but with Hagler just said, man, Vinny Van Curto.
You can't look at him no more. You gotta look away.
The guy who was supposed to fight, he run out of the country. His name was Vinny Van Curto. You can Google him and see who he was about the Hagler fight. He jumped away and wouldn't fight Hagler, so he ran out of the country. He was so scared of Hagler. So I said, if you Google the Boston Globe, the Boston say, when I went up there,
Where was it y'all fight at? What was the
we
place?
fought in the Boston Garden where Larry Bird and all them play the basketball right now. Where the Mavericks is playing right now.
Okay.
They playing. We fought in the Boston Garden in 1977.
Were y'all the main card? The main card?
Man, what you talking about? We was
That's Sugar Ray, baby. What are you talking about?
yeah, we was the headliner.
So what was that feeling
How many
like?
rounds? Was it still 15 rounds? I mean, 12 already.
Now, 12,
Okay.
12 rounds. And so Hagler, he said, man, I'm glad you accepted the fight, took the fight on a short notice. I said, okay. So see, I hadn't had a chance to fight the southpaw. Train, see, sparring,
yeah.
it makes a difference.
You had
Train,
72 hours?
I had 72 hours to fight a southpaw in the Boston Garden.
Man, things were different back then.
Man,
Were you super nervous? Or nah, you were like, we knew each other.
Man, it's just like me brushing my teeth. I'm not scared of no fight. I'm not scared of no. Get that boxing ring. I'm not scared of it. I know I'm in shape. I know I'm ready to go. I'm not afraid of it.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of you.
How much did you weigh on weigh-in day?
150, about 157.
How much did you weigh when you fought him, the fight day?
Then probably about 158, 159.
Made you blow up a lot then, huh?
Yeah, but Hagler, he probably weighed maybe 65, maybe 60.
70.
Yeah.
So how many rounds did y'all end up going?
Well, we went 9 rounds, and they stopped the fight. Hagler really butted me. I was ahead of him on points.
That whole southpaw orthodox
Yep. And Hagler got his bald head.
Yeah.
That's why
Hey, man.
everybody's
You had a little fro going on then, huh?
Yeah, I had the big fro back then. I was like Magic Johnson and all the rest of them. Dr. J, there you go.
Yeah.
We had them big fros back in the
Yeah.
70s. So anyway, Hagler, he shaved his head bald as those trainers. I told him, man, you got that bald head. You pop that head over there like Holyfield did Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
That's why Mike Tyson get that there.
No, Art, this is the
But
So
see-
it went 9 rounds, they stopped it because the cut?
Yes, stopped because of the cuts. And then Hagler, man, he prayed. He said he was going to give me a rematch, but I know it wasn't really up to him.
Yeah.
It was up to his people that handled him, the Palantro brothers. But he said, Sugar Ray, he said, now I'm gonna tell you exactly what he said. I want y'all to put this on the thing. He said, Sugar Ray Phillips, me and Hackett seen each other later on in life. I was when he fought with Leonard. I was commentating the fight for 13-4 the ticket here in Dallas. I was doing a lot of stuff with the fight out there in 1987 at Caesar's Palace.
I was born that year.
Say, man, I done told y'all to cut that out. But anyway, he said, Hackett said, Sugar Ray. And we was around Caesar's Palace, you know, all the black folks would get together, everybody, whatever you want to call them, the pimps, the hustlers, the girls, the working, everybody shot calls, Don King, we all get together at Caesar's Palace at the big ball.
Yeah.
So Hagen said, man, he said, man, right there, that man fought me back like a man back in 1977. He said, fucking Sugar Ray Leonard held me like a bitch. I thought it was I just kept down the truth on the podcast.
Oh, that's on film.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He said, I thought he wanted me to fuck him, man. He kept holding me like a bitch. He wouldn't fight me. And then he said, Sugar Ray Phillips, listen.
He said, remember, he prefaced this whole thing by saying, look, y'all make sure y'all record this.
Yeah. So he said, when me and Leonard fought, Leonard kept holding me, he didn't grab me, he wouldn't let me.
You listen to this, Milo, this is boxing history.
Yeah, let me
This is
go.
boxing history.
Let me go. But he wouldn't let him go. So Leonard wouldn't even give Hagler a rematch. Hagler's dead and gone. He's a personal friend of mine. He died in Italy. They offered Leonard $50 million. He would not fuck with Marvin Hagler, man. Believe me, because he know he lost the first fight. How can you be, let's answer this, sir. How can you be the champion? How can you be the champion?
Yes.
Never knock him down, never did, and you win this title. You tell me we're both done.
So
Hagler beat the shit out of him.
I love it.
So when you fought Hagler, that was your 13th fight?
That was my 13th fight.
So then how many pro fights did you end up getting when it was all said and done?
I don't even know for sure, but I know this for sure. After I fought Hagler, I wasn't hurt.
Yeah.
After I fought Hagler, look at the record. I come back in October and fought in October in Dallas, Texas at the Dallas Convention Center. I say from September.
1 month later.
Yeah.
You heard what I said.
Yeah.
You heard what I said.
Nowadays, they don't do that.
Oh, they give me 6 months. They work 6 months, 90 days.
So you fought a lot of pro fights after the Hagler fight?
Oh, after the Hagen fight, fought a lot of more pro fights, man. I was just mad because I see other fighters making hundreds of millions, tens of millions, and I wasn't.
So at what point did you decide to become a trainer? When did you become a trainer?
Which year was, let's see, that would have been, right after, I used to work with a guy, Mike Tyson, listen to me, not Google it. I used to work with a guy, Mike Tyson was scared, Lennox Lewis was scared. His name was Ike Albucci.
Ike Albucci.
Listen, Ike Albucci he beat David Toole. He knocked out Chris Bird.
Sure was a beat.
I say him and David Toole fought in a little 8 ounce like to beat each other to death. Throw more punches in the heavyweight championship fight than any fighter.
David Toole would throw a lot.
Albucci was his name. Then Chris Bird, he become champion. But the only thing with I just tell y'all on this tape, he couldn't keep that thing in his pants. When he get outside the ring, he would rape women. What the fuck? I mean, the guy had millions of stuff, but he was just sick in his head from Nigeria. He said, they call him Google it. He's Ike Albucci, the president. He went to prison in Las Vegas.
For rape?
No, he raped 3 in Dallas, he raped 4 in Scottsdale, he raped 5 in Las Vegas.
He got caught?
They finally got caught up with him. But I messed around there, man. I said, man, he's just sick in his head. Just sick.
Yeah.
But I reckon till the day, Ike is undefeated. Listen, not like 28-0 with like 24, 25 knockouts.
Yeah.
Till today. He got out of prison probably.
So you ended up getting into his camp? That's how you became a trainer? Or?
I ended up sparring. I was gonna make a comeback in 1998, 99.
Yeah.
I was going to come back and I was gonna fight as a super cruiserweight.
Yeah.
His guy, he was a billionaire from Sierra Leone, Africa, named Kushner. He said, Sugar Ray, you didn't make the money you should have made.
Yeah.
He said, man, the way you work with Ike, he said, man, I'm gonna make sure you make some good money.
Because he saw you sparring Ike.
His dad, you go, Curtis Coates brought me in the spar with Ike.
Yeah.
So he said, man, he said, I'm gonna make sure you make some good money, Sugar Ray. So we was down in Scottsdale, Arizona. We was down there in Paradise Valley. Big old nice hotels, 5-star, lobster, steaks, pretty girls every night, whatever you wanted.
Oh my.
Frank Kushner, he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
He's a big time promoter.
Yeah.
So he brought Ike in and I worked with Ike. I worked with Ike. We went to Atlantic City. We fought some guy named Davis. Bang, knocked him out. 1, 2, 3. Fought Christopher. Bam. And then Ike kept raping these girls. He would call them to the hotel rooms, but he's so crazy, man. He would be up under his name, Ike, the president, Ike Ibuchi.
Yeah.
He'd bring him to his room, and the girl, he said, nah, I'm not gonna give you cash. I'll give you a check. A girl that's doing what she do, that's her business. She's grown. She's over 18. Whatever she do, that's her business. She said, no, I'm not going to take a check. You're going to take a check. Bam, 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 bam. And then rape him.
God dang.
That's how mentally sick he was. Mentally sick. And
So how did you end up becoming a trainer from that?
Okay.
Did you actually fight in that cruiserweight fight? or-
No, what happened? After Ike went away, he was gonna become heavyweight champion of the world. Mike, listen, put it on record. Mike Tyson didn't want to fight him. They did not want to fight Ike Ibuchi. They did not want to fight him. He was trained right here in Dallas up under the welterweight champion of the world named Curtis Coates. He did not want to fight. Nobody wanted to fight him, man. I'm telling you, he was a beast.
Yeah.
He trained like middleweight.
Yeah.
Man, Ike was fast just like me, and I was a middleweight.
Yeah.
But anyway, we went to Scottsdale, went to work, went to bring Christian say this. But after Ike started messing up, went to prison, I said, I don't want no part of this.
Yeah.
Because if I would have fought on his card, all these championship cards, I'd have made tons of money.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go through all that, bringing the young fighters up. All they want to do is beat down the old fighter to get the reputation.
Yeah, right.
So I didn't want to go through none of that, sir.
Yeah.
So after I went to prison in like the last part of 89, 90, that's when I started training.
Who'd you start training first? How did that work?
I just started
Did you even
training.
want it? Like, how did you even want to train? Because I know not every boxer wants to train.
Right.
Now see, I love boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, let me see your hand right now. Let me see your hand. You feel that, champ? Now watch that.
All right, now he
Champ, listen.
dabbed me up on
I just did a big exhibition with some 7th degree black belt, a 5th degree black belt in Carrollton
Yeah.
Saturday. Not
Saturday.
10 weeks ago, Saturday at 1 o'clock.
No. This is why you got to tell them how old are you. How do you, to be able to do that? How old are you?
I'm a young, not old, I'm a young 72. Young, not young 72. I got that Indian blood in me.
But you wanted to train. You wanted to see guys get better.
Man, I wanted to see guys get better. I wanted them to quit getting mismanaged.
Yeah.
I wanted to try to help them in every aspect I could. So I left there and went to Las Vegas, lived in Las Vegas 22 years. So the guy named Johnny Taco, he took a liking to me.
Uh-huh.
He said, you can come into my gym anytime you want to and help any fighter. So that's when I started training fighters. And I was going to fight again.
Yeah.
Michael Dokes seen me, Dynamite Michael Dokes. He was heavyweight champion of the world. He sparred with the champ. Man, you still got it, man. I said, I don't want to fight. He said, man.
How old were you at that point when he said that?
45, 46,
Damn.
47.
Bernard
Or
Hopkins
better,
are up
or
for
better.
money.
Oh, yeah, Bernard. Bernard, too.
So you ended up-
He's a good friend of mine.
Really?
So you ended up just falling in love with training.
I started falling in love with training and helping fighters, and then I've always helped the community. Always
Yeah.
helped underprivileged gyms
Yeah.
and people back in my day. Always. So I said, well, let me just start putting my whole mind and body into help
So
training.
when you
these
would
kids.
train them, was your style of training kind of like Angelo Dundee, or did you kind of make your own thing? Like, how did you
Well-
determine what your training method was?
Well, let me tell you about the puzzle. The puzzle go from Angelo Dundee He go for Manuel Stewart, who had 100 world champions.
You got to work with him too?
Oh yeah, Manuel
Switching
Stewart.
that drum gym?
Yeah.
Oh man, what are you talking about, Manuel?
Oh man, in that
They got-
basement? That
it's a-
high-end basement?
It's a tape with Maple Street Boxing. Manuel Stewart comes to their gym over there to do a seminar. I come into the gym, he said, hold everything up. That's Sugar Ray Phillips in the gym. Yeah, Manuel Stewart was one of my National Golden Glove coaches back in 72, 73. Manuel Stewart was a good little fighter himself.
So there was a lot of school of boxing you got to go through. So when you put your own training to get program together, it was more like you kind of just took from everything you knew and made your own thing.
I took a little, like I said, we make a good gumbo. We take a little of this, a little of that, this, a little of that, but it's yours. I can't copy his style, but we put all these styles together.
So did you end up training a lot of amateurs and pros? or-
Man, I train amateurs, pros, and I train people how to lose weight, train them how to conditioning. I would do whatever it took for them to say, I appreciate you, Sugar Ray, for really helping me.
So
Any way you could
Turn my life around.
So you moved from Vegas eventually, and you opened your gym in Carrollton? or-
No, I moved from Vegas. I went to Atlantic City, up there with Donald Trump.
Okay.
I was up there with Donald Trump. Me and Larry Holmes at Penthouse.
You were up there with Donald Trump.
You heard me.
This podcast is definitely relevant. Did you hear that, Judah? He left Vegas and he went with Donald Trump in
in Atlantic City.
So you got to talk to Donald Trump, work with Donald Trump?
Can't talk to him. Donald Trump was the first.
So you voted for him?
Yeah, I voted for him. Listen, I promise y'all, I can pop this phone over. Sugar Ray, please. I got all kinds of stuff.
Okay,
there with what we can vote for.
because Donald Trump was deep in the boxing game.
Man.
People don't remember that.
Man, he
See,
did every
Like,
fight.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah. Oh, he loved Mike Tyson.
Say-
He defended Mike Tyson when he had that case.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, he brought Mike Tyson, Michael Spinks, 1988, sir, to Atlantic City. He gave them $30 million apiece for 91 seconds. Mike Tyson knocked him out in 91 seconds. That's
Hey, Donald Trump was a Saudi before Saudi, man.
That's
So
right.
you went to Atlantic City, and what did you do there, though? What was
I was in Atlantic City. I trained fighters from there in Philadelphia. Philadelphia's right next to Atlantic City.
Yeah.
So I used to train fighters over there with all.
How long were you doing that?
Did it for about 5 years, then I come on back to Dallas.
So you came back to Dallas. What year is this when you came back to Dallas?
Probably about 88, 89, 90, 92.
And what did you do when you came back to Dallas?
But I always had a place here in Dallas, and just to be real with you, I hate to put it on record. I got 22 kids.
Record this, Judah.
I got 22 kids. I've been married 7 times,
Man.
and I got 11 grandkids.
Man, that's a big, great legacy. Right
So, and a lot of them is here in
Chamberlain
Texas.
of boxing right here.
Will Chamberlain was a good friend of mine. Will Chamberlain, I met him. I mean, he'd come to all the big fights. One time he challenged Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali said, "Will, if me and you fight, I'll step back and say, Timber!"
So you came back. So when you came back, you opened your gym.
Yes. I come back. I was working out of a legend gym called Doug's Gym
That's that
downtown.
old school one.
Oh,
remember.
man.
Man, that gym was so beautiful, man. Well, I say beautiful because it was old school. It's probably one of the oldest regular workout gyms.
Really?
It had a boxing ring in there.
Yeah.
And it barely got closed down like what, 5, 6, 7 years ago? Or
I
something?
said, but if you Google it, you'll see the legend.
Oh.
Still has pictures of it and stuff.
Yeah, you could look it up, bro.
Okay.
Old school piece of
called
Dallas.
Legends?
No, it was called Doug's Gym.
Doug's Gym. If you Google it, you'll see the legacy they put on me. They brought me down there when they closed it up.
Yeah.
The cameras, Channel 8,
Yeah.
Channel 5. That's
Oh.
right across the street where Jack Ruby shot Herbie Oswald.
Yeah.
I say right across that tunnel it's that old police station down there on Commerce and Harvard where it's at. And when you come up like that, that's where Jack Ruby shot the guy who killed the president, Herbie Oswald. Here's a-
That's a piece of history.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
you came down and then what? You
Yeah,
you was training out of there.
I was trained out of Doug's gym. Doug said, "I'll tell you what I can do for you, Sugar Ray." I said, "Okay." He said, "I know who you are. You built." They used to wouldn't put me. Google it. They used to wouldn't put me in the sports page of the Dallas Times Herald back then we had. They would put me on the front page of the paper.
Yeah.
Not the sports, but put me on the front page of the paper.
Hollywood.
Yes, sir. Like they had a boy named Hollywood Henderson. Hollywood said, "You need to put Sugar Ray on there." Because see, I was flamboyant, wore velvet trunks, had velvet shoes, tops was on me. I was in great condition. I didn't think nobody could beat me. Be truthful with you. So I've always kept that self-image right now. All right. I told you I can go right now.
So he gave you a place to train people? Or?
Yeah, he give me a gym. Like he had a Doug had a Buddy Bruce, all the world champion wrestlers used to come there from the sport of touring.
Yeah.
What wrestling? But he had a place for me. He would put for boxing for me to work with the clients.
Yeah.
And Doug said, "Sugar Ray, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna market you, and I'm gonna get all them rich kids from Highland Park."
Yeah.
Man, he got me Ross Perot Jr. He got me Henry S. Miller, Von Miller.
Yeah.
He got me Bunker Hudson.
Yeah.
He got me all the rich kids off of Beverly Drive. I say this is back in the 70s, man. Back in the 80s, 90s. He get me them rich kids, man, who live in $22 million mansions back then. And his dad always said, "Sugar Ray, I said, ask you to do one thing for me." I said, "What's that, sir?" He said, "Don't never give my kids no drugs. Don't never let it influence you to buy them no drugs. Keep off that alcohol." He said, "Money is not a problem." I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Money is my least problem."
I just said the same thing. Yes, sir, whatever you want. So you trained you trained at his gym for a while?
Oh yeah, I trained at his gym for a while.
Man, that's a beautiful gym. So shame it got shut down. You'll look at the history.
But you have to remember, Doug. You know, I know his name is Doug E.
Yeah.
Doug, his wife. He had his wife. 52 years. She passed away.
Yeah.
So he had his son. His name was Doug Jr. Big old fella. But he was a genius. He was smart, real smart. But Doug wanted to be a wrestler. He didn't want to be a wrestler. So he would run around, do whatever he did. One day, I called Doug. Doug said, "Sugar Ray, you ain't gonna believe what happened yesterday." I said, "No." He said, "I knocked on Doug Jr.'s door. He wouldn't open the door." I said, "Man, open this door." He wouldn't open the door. So he said, "I tried to bang on it." He said, "You know, I couldn't kick the door in." So he said, "I'm too old to kick it in." He called the police and the fire department. They kicked it in. His son laying there dead.
Damn.
Yeah.
What? Heart attack or something?
Heart attack. His son was a big fella, like
Yeah.
6'7", he's like Buddy Bruce. 6'7", big old strong wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name was Doug Jr. So Doug, he said he gonna do it for a little while longer, and then Doug retired. He was 90 years old. He's about 92. I'll call him right now. He's about 92, 95 right now. Yep, named Doug E. To my knowledge, he's still living.
So when did you end up opening your own gym?
And then I went to another gym called Trainers Elite.
Yeah.
It was right there on Preston, Frankfurt, and and that other cross street right there. It would have been right between Frankfurt, Arapahoe.
Yeah.
Right there by not Highland Park. That would have been Preston Hollow.
Yeah.
Right back over in the area right there. So his name was Ron Browning. Ron is a 10th degree black belt.
Yeah.
And his wife, she's a litigation attorney. She's a 3rd degree black belt named Debbie. So me and him hooked up at a club one night at Baby Doll.
Yeah. Baby Doll. Out of all clubs, Baby Doll.
He said,
That's the
"Man,
only one
yeah." He said, "Man."
That's the only one you been to?
Well, yeah.
He said, "Man, I've been looking for a good trainer. I've been hearing a lot about you, a lot of history. So I went up to his gym, man. Part of me and Ron, we were friends right now. Ron is like 80, about 84, 85 right now. I was just with him
Did
yesterday.
you still go to Baby Doll?
No, Ron. Yeah, Ron said, "Man, he tell everybody about the times we had.
Yeah.
We brought Ken Norton,
Yeah.
the guy who beat Muhammad Ali,
yeah.
broke his jaw. We brought him into that gym to do a commercial.
Yeah.
Into Trainers Elite.
So you worked at his gym?
Yeah, I was a subcontractor at his gym.
And then you opened your own?
I was a subcontractor. They never charged me a quarter. Man, never. They said, Sugar Ray, it's just for you to be even be
So when did you end up opening your own then? How did you open your
And
own?
then Brookstone, Ron and his wife got a divorce.
Yeah.
So I was training a guy named Jim Rooney. He's a stockbroker.
Yeah.
Big state, you know Big Jim?
Yeah,
Stockbroker.
I remember.
So Jim said, man, I got some extra space upstairs up there about 8,000, whatever square feet, this side, that side.
I remember, yeah.
Okay. He said, you can come up here and try. I said, what? He said, man, I help you build the ring. I help you do whatever you need to do. You got that guy with Ron Lockhart with you. We can have him to come in. So we hired a guy named Barney. Barney.
You talking about Barney from
McKinney.
Barney, right?
I'm talking about Barney the amateur. he built rings.
Yeah.
He charged us $7,500 to come build a ring.
Yeah.
He built a ring in there, and Barney, yeah, this is nice.
How long ago was this?
This was it.
Because you were at that gym for how long?
Oh, I was there for 22 years.
22 years.
I bet.
Man, and then he was there for 22 years, and then COVID hits, right?
Yeah, COVID hit, and I'm still fighting for my residuals. I did a TV show called
Oh, yeah, you got it. So he was on a TV show for how long? I'll let you tell about it. About it.
I was on a TV show with that guy that was with OJ, Kato.
Uh-huh.
I was on that TV show.
How's the name of the show again?
It's called Eye for an Eye.
Eye for an Eye. It was like a court show, like the Judge Judy stuff.
We was out running Judge Judy.
Yeah.
We had higher rates.
Look that up. You
Judge
can pull it up,
Judy.
Judah, when we do this podcast. It's called Eye for an Eye. It was like one of those court shows, like the Judge Judy, like the
Judge Matthew.
Yeah.
There you go.
He was the bailiff on there.
But no, I wasn't the bailiff. I was celebrity bailiff. I guess
Celebrity bailiff.
See, I told I wasn't a mummy say, all right, go sit in that corner like that black bag over there. I would say, no, you got to do this, do that. If you don't do this, I'm going to send you down to Loose Terry tonight. You got to scrub this fruit.
He said Loose Terry.
I said, you got to scrub this floor with a toothbrush. You mess these people's cars up, you got to do this right here. So that's
There on the map, man. Lulu. Yeah.
But
What's that?
the people, them producers, they like to keep all the money. I told one guy, I said, man, slavery's over with, man. You got to pay me.
How long were you running that show?
I was in the show from 2:03 to 2:11.
You could still pull up some of those episodes.
Of
right?
course,
Yeah.
man. I shot 252 TV shows. They run them in different foreign countries. I don't get no residual. I got a one-time pay, but no residual.
So you go to different places when you would be on it?
Man, I would go to Beverly Hills. I would go to Las Vegas. We would shoot in Charleston, South Carolina. We would shoot at the Playboy Club out there with Hugh Hefner. We just travel around, and Brian Lockhart's people, the person in the lawyer,
Yeah.
some of his people was in the producing.
Yeah.
So they would follow us all around the country.
So this was before your gym or after your gym in Carrollton?
That was
Or during the same time?
right around the same time.
So you had your gym while you was doing this TV show?
Right. I had the gym and everything, had a lot of clients. I had a lot of other trainers helping me when I wasn't there.
And then COVID hit.
Then COVID hit. So when COVID hit, I was fighting for my residuals from Eye for an Eye. So I told the guy, Jerry, his name is Jerry Bryan. He said, Sugar Ray, I got a big mansion in Beverly Hills over there for $22 million. He said, come out there and stay with me and be my bodyguard. I'll give you X amount of thousands a month, a week, whatever we work out. I said, okay, Jerry. He said, I want you to come stay out here and I'm gonna help you get your residuals. So I went out there, stayed out there. I was with Freddie Roach. I went down to his gym a lot, down at his gyms in Beverly Hills. over there. And then I met several good friends of mine that still text me right now from Beverly Hills. So I started a training center, and Jerry had like a big old mansion out there on Sunset Boulevard. So I started training a lot of people. He built a big gym for me at his house.
Yeah.
So I started training a lot of people, met a lot of people.
So
and
your
everything.
gym though of 22 years, where I used to go.
Yeah.
That individual that had to get shut down, right?
Yeah. Jim, he said he shut it down. He was a stockbroker, finance advisor, and this, that, 501c3, 6, 7 of them.
So how old were you when you first came in?
When I came to this
Yeah.
game, shit, I can't remember, man. Like,
15, 16.
Oh, it was young, but I was
Yeah,
young.
young,
boy, I tell you what, I was in the best shape of my life.
At the gym?
Yeah, cause bro, I was into lifting weights and stuff, and I drank a lot of beer.
I hate to tell y'all this, we had knots in it. Oh, yeah, he worked out. Oh, man. See, when we go around, you go, see isometric pressure. I can take fighters, take them around this building, and squeeze them weights. Act like they're 20 pounds, act like they're 50. Man, you'd be surprised what they do to you. Yeah, it's called, I got it from Jack Lane.
What is it?
I met Jack Lane, the old school friend.
Yeah.
Jack Lane say isometric pressure, not them all them old lifting 500 pounds. Lifting 50 pounds, but act like you got 50. You lifted 50, but act like you got 200 in your press.
Yeah, I remember I used
Get
to
your
be in
breathing
there,
on.
I used to be in there dying at first, but you know what I mean? Like, let me ask you this: as a trainer, and I ask all boxing coaches this: how do you feel about mitt work? What is the good, the bad, and the ugly of mitt work?
Okay. I see mid-work, I see the guys on TV, I see them, blah, 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 blah. Man, but if you look at the mid-work, you look at their foot stance, they're standing like this, they stand in the fighter, is stand, blah, 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 blah. Man, you gonna get knocked out in a real fight. The mid-work is where you outside the ring, no. The fighter, you adjust right here. So when you're at third level, bang, throw an uppercut, bang. See, you can't throw it over here. You got to be over here to throw this
Yes,
right
you
here.
do, you do.
But the guy working the mitts, he's too scared of getting hit. I'm telling you the truth. A lot of guys that got hit and knocked out. I'm telling you.
I'm trying to tell you, I don't want to. On the you know what's so funny about that? I heard Freddie Roach say,
Go ahead.
He goes, when I do mitt work, I try to make it as realistic as possible. I put my hands right here. He goes, now, the thing is, I've paid for it a few times, but he goes, that's the most realistic way, because boxers aren't fighting throwing punches right.
No.
No.
But when he said, he goes, they're afraid of it. Well, yeah, some people take the risk, you know.
Yeah, see, that's why they come in with your big old body back. Mike Tyson started hitting them to the body. They missed the liver shot, kidney shot. Bam! Mike hit him in the
Freddie
stomach.
Roach
Real.
said that he got knocked out one time holding mitts from Mike Tyson.
I'm telling y'all.
Yeah. He said he was catching from Mike Tyson, and because he tried to keep it as realistic as possible, he got hit with a hook from Mike Tyson, got knocked out.
Oh, man. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, because, like I said, that pad work, man, you have to stay. I mean, you got to be focused, man. You got to, man, because fighters, they get the drilling gets it going, they get the.
So you're saying it's helpful, but don't make everything of it.
No, it's helpful if you got
The right
somebody outside the ring
Watching the feet and everything.
watching. See, boxing.
So mitt work should be 3 people, not 2.
See,
Like watch the X-ray work.
It's hard for me to hit you in the liver like that. Now, if I step over here, boom,
That one little
boom,
step with your
that
left foot, right?
That,
Yeah.
that little slide right there. But ain't no sense in you doing this on the pads, because when you get into a real fight,
You got to step over.
you're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
Practice how you do it.
Thank you. You practice like you fight.
So you're saying like it's most helpful if you got 2 guys on mitts, but somebody that knows what they're looking at, they're watching from.
That's right. That's like George Benton, Eddie Futch, you had Joe Frazier, and all the rest of the fighters up in
So they would have 3 people.
yeah, watch.
Or
Nice.
watch the film.
There you go.
Watching
Yeah.
the film, yeah.
Without feedback.
Yeah.
Remember Jeff?
I'm telling everybody that you can't learn this off of YouTube. You can't learn it off of people that you see. Man,
They be doing this fancy stuff already.
But listen, let me
Just
show
wanna make you look good.
Let me show you about the fancy stuff. Listen to me and watch them. See if you see anybody turn that. They gonna do this. But watch and see a real fighter.
Yep. So you see when you watch Mayweather on the mitt, Mayweather is one of the only ones that I've heard so far say this. He goes, man, these guys be doing mitts all wrong. He goes, if you watch me, we make sure that we turn the hands over on every.
It's not about how hard or how fast.
He goes, I just want to see you turn them over.
Yep.
Your
See?
1, your 2, your 3.
That's the
everything.
real deal. Now, if I'm just teaching you for conditioning, having fun with,
Yeah, go ahead.
but if you want to
Right
be,
back.
but if you want to, yeah, you ain't turning no shoulder,
Yeah, yeah.
you ain't putting this into it. But a real fighter training on them pads, he gonna show you the real deal, man. The real deal instead of just pop, 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 pop. Oh, now to the eye, you think that's something.
Yeah.
That ain't, man, that ain't. Man, please. I know guys that never boxed in like can hit that speed bag better than Mayweather anybody else. But for us boxing,
Yeah.
you
Can't
don't-
play boxing.
You can't play boxing. 'cause
So
you
what,
don't stand a chance.
what is Big Sugar Ray doing today? What are you doing today? What are your goals today? Are you still involved in like training fighters or what's going on?
I'm still involved. I'm trying to get a deal worked out right now in Preston, Texas. I'm training right now at Guy Minister's gym that Mark.
Oh, he's at Richardson, right? Richardson?
Yeah, that's right there on 75 in Beltline.
Yeah, I know where it's at.
It's called the Hidden Gym.
Uh-huh.
So I do subcontracting out of that, and I do subcontracting out of other
Is it
gyms.
T-Mac at a Hidden Gym? T-Mac too, right? T-Mac's at Hidden Gym, right? In Allen, though.
Oh, that's the same people.
It is?
Yeah, they're the same
Oh.
people. Yeah, right. Tony Mack is over there.
Yeah,
Got a guy named Tony Mack.
His dad, Tony Mac, Little Mac, T-Mac, right?
Right,
Oh,
But his dad didn't fight Tony Mack.
Tony Mack, yeah.
Tony Mack, he's a good little kid. But anyway,
I'm not made with.
his gym is the place where I be a lot over there on 75 and Beltline. But I'm looking.
The best one.
I got another friend of mine named Stan. He does a lot of podcasts for me. We got a 501c3 in right now. We trying to get Governor Abbott. We trying to get to Mayor Eric Johnson, John Wiley Price, and Royce West to help us put together something for the kids. So we got
So
a
you want to
grant,
work with amateurs and stuff still?
amateurs and pros.
So look, you more than welcome to come over here and help us train. So,
But it's just so far away,
whenever
sir.
you want, man. Spend a few days.
Yeah.
Whenever you want, you to have fun. You get to work with Elias. You get to work with my guy over here. You're always more than welcome. Gosh, let me ask you this then. So aside from all of that, are you still actively in the sport of like being involved at fights and stuff like that too, or?
Well, be real with you. I do podcasts for fights. These other guys
Gotcha.
stand there. They got me where I do live like a lot of the big
So
fights.
what do you think about what do you think?
Yeah, there you
okay,
go.
this is one thing I did want to ask then. What do you think about this new team combat league? This whole team boxing thing. Have you heard of that?
I hadn't really heard of it.
No?
No.
It's called TCL. Yeah, it's called TCL. So how does that work? Milo, how does that work?
It's 1 round fighting.
And it's like a team of guys.
They are.
What?
T-Mac got some group to these.
It's like a tag team boxing.
There's something like
Party.
that. Yeah.
Party on one of the teams.
Yeah, so they got like
Like Dallas.
it's like teams
Yeah,
going to
maybe
fight.
Dallas.
You gonna have to look it up.
Los
I'm gonna show it to you.
Angeles,
Oh, okay. It's something like that guy in Fort Worth. Guy, his name is Ray. The guy he got a big boxing thing over there in Fort Worth. They do a lot of on internets and different things.
I don't know, but this is legal and it's called Team Combat League. It's no longer, it's not a regular, like this guy's not gonna fight a 8, 6, 8 or 12 round fight. Like you have a whole team and each guy on the team fights like a round.
So they got 30 rounds.
Yep.
30 fighters.
But it's a team thing.
Oh,
30
30
rounds. They all dressed the same, wear the same gloves.
Yup.
And all that.
Okay.
I told Milo, he's like,
They be in the
he's
crowd.
He's like, I don't want to do that. I want all my rounds and I want them to be about me.
You will be fighting, right? Your whole team will be behind you with a rap song.
Yeah. It's kind of like tag team wrestling. It's crazy, man.
But see what it is, they got social media,
Yeah.
and them guys behind you making all the money. You're not making no money. Them
They
guys
pay
behind you,
2,500 to fight.
huh?
1 round. They say 2,500 1 round
They giving them 2,500.
for 1 round.
If they giving them that, God bless them. if they get in, see, you can make your mouth say anything, but if they giving them that, God bless them, because it's not a pro fight. See, a pro fight,
It don't go on their record.
huh?
It don't go in there.
That's, I already know it's exhibition.
So that's what I'm saying. So here's the only thing.
That's just money in the.
When this is the only look, man. More power to them, but these
Yes,
young
sir.
guys get
Yes, sir.
money.
Yes, sir.
You get money. I get it. I understand. It's hard out here. You gotta do it. But here's my only issue. you're taking a risk every time you get in there.
Yep.
And that don't even count on your record.
Yeah.
Man, next they're about to have ladder.
So
matches,
how does
man.
that help you get to the next thing? Because the next thing is about the risk that you took previously.
Right.
You never go to another level.
Yeah.
See, you never go to another level in Las Vegas, Atlantic City, New York.
Unless you took that previous risk.
But don't
Yeah.
you never go because don't nobody recognize
Yeah.
it. Because this is right here what they got with their concept. So in other words, what I'm saying, amateur fighters is 3 rounds. They either 2 minute rounds or 3 rounds. And then after that you go into the pros, they 4 rounds.
Yeah.
6 rounds, 8 rounds,
Yep.
10 rounds, 12 rounds. Used to be 15.
It used to be 50.
And then it used to be 100 rounds with
Yeah.
Jack Johnson.
Yeah. Speaking of Jack Johnson, man, I heard that there was one guy that even Jack Johnson was scared of.
Who was that?
Langsford. Sam Langsford.
Oh, I heard something about that.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. But tell you what Jack said. Jack said, Sam, you're a good man. You come out the cotton patch, you come out the watermelon field, I'm going to leave you alone. He said, all I want to do is knock out a white man.
He's looking at you.
Oh, man.
He said, all, he said that again. He said, all I want to do is go to bed with a white woman and knock out a white man. He said, Sam Blanford, I don't need to fight you. But see, Sam would have fucked Jack up. Jack,
You asked the wrong question. I know, right? You gotta keep those glasses on. Rocky Moxie on it. You know what? Like,
Going to ask about Kevin McCaffrey. What?
man, this is fun. Like, this is boxing history, man. This is the good fight. Like, Big Sugar Ray has a long history. The fact that he's here talking to us about this and able to share his knowledge, it's a blessing. Because, you know, I always say this all the time, we can't do any of this alone. You need the people that came before you, especially the people that
Real
went through the
talk.
trials, the struggles,
Yep.
and can teach us something about this. Like, I'm a boxing trainer, I'm a boxing coach, but there's no way in hell I want to do any of this without looking back at the people that had did it before and could give me something, could to teach me something. And so it's a blessing, it's an honor that you're here again with me. In a way, I'm your product to some extent. You know?
I appreciate it, sir.
You know, and
Appreciate
so
y'all.
it's a blessing. But Joe got some questions for you.
You got something for me,
Yeah,
sir?
so we got 2 little segments. One of them I like to call it the perfect boxer. So I wrote 8 different attributes that a boxer has. And,
Okay.
when I say the attribute, you just name whatever boxer comes to mind.
Okay.
That has the attribute. Power.
Power would be George Foreman.
George Foreman.
yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
Oh, yeah.
George Foreman. Muhammad Ali was just such great
What's
shape.
Josh?
Huh?
Who's beating her?
Oh, that's it. Stopwatch.
Oh, word.
Oh, so let me turn it off. Go ahead.
All right, we got it.
It's a ball.
Ain't nobody else reacted. I was like, maybe
There we go. Okay, George Foreman's the power. All right.
Yeah, George Foreman had more power knockouts than any of them other fighters, including Mike Tyson. George Foreman he could hit back in them days. Didn't nobody want to fight George Foreman.
I heard it was like soup kid.
Him and a guy named Ron Lau was a friend of mine. Me and Ron used to train together in Denver, Colorado. His trainer's name was Bobby Lewis, first black Olympic coach. Man, he said, man, George hit me. He shoot McKenna books in Africa.
You can't laugh at that. All right, next question. Next
Love
question.
Jack Johnson. Speed.
Speed, you know, if you look at a fighter through his speed, Sugar Ray Robinson had so much speed with balance and angles, you wouldn't even believe
So
it.
they just weren't fast punches. They were fast punches on everything foundationally sound.
You would have to slow the camera down.
Oh,
to catch
man.
how speed was. He told Muhammad Ali, he said, Muhammad, I know you're fast, but he said, I cut the lights out in my room and it got dark and I was asleep. It got dark.
Oh, I didn't
If that ain't fast, you tell me what is fast.
All right.
All right, boxing IQ.
Boxing IQ, you would have to go up there to Mike Tyson. Mike had it before he got messed up with Robin Givens and Don King. I'm telling y'all, Mike had he ate and loved boxing, had a great IQ.
Yeah.
How do you
Still
think a
best
little
boxer.
short guy, 5'9" and a half, whooped them guys 6'6", 6'7", knocked them out left and right?
Yeah.
You got to have an eye. You got to love what you do and study all angles, and you have to live and eat boxing every day.
Yeah,
I heard he used to watch old films.
That's what
Religiously.
Mike, he watched Sonny Liston. He watched all of
Jack
those
Johnson.
with Jack Johnson, Rocky Marciano, Gene Tooney. He watched them all.
man.
That's where you learn from, sir.
Absolutely.
See, once, like Muhammad Ali say, once you think you know everything in boxing, it's time for you to retire.
All right, the jab.
The jab, it's real close between Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes.
Yes,
They
Larry
had-
Holmes.
Yeah.
But see, Larry learned his jab from Muhammad
Right,
Ali.
right.
Oh.
Me and Larry was in the amateurs together in '72, back in the day, '71. Larry didn't have that kind of jab, but they brought him in to spar with Muhammad Ali, and Larry learned that jab, called him the Eastern Assassin. He's a friend of mine, got him on, I can pop him up right now, I'll call him right now. But Larry Holmes learned that jab from double jab, triple jab, over his jab. And then Larry pivoted off the jab, and sometimes the jab may seem like a right hand. You can hold your hand, let me see, Larry would do this, and then he'd, see it, bam! Just step, and then he'd take that step, bam, right through you. Then pop, pop, and then boom! And Larry, boom, and then boom, boom, boom! Right through you. But that's what Larry,
Let me see that hand, Joe.
Marlo said,
Joe, let me see that like when I was in the ring with Marlo.
that's what Larry Holmes learned that jab from. Muhammad. Larry Holmes knocked out, I couldn't be wrong, but I think I'm right. Ozzy Ocasio, Larry Holmes knocked him out with a jab in a championship fight.
Oh,
with a
man.
jab.
I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Crawford.
Yes,
I
yes,
forgot who
Crawford.
did that too.
Yeah, Crawford
He has
cross
a beautiful jab.
Cross jab.
But see, Crawford got that stiff jab. He got them old trainers. See, old trainers, they look at the old fight films from Sonny Liston on back in the day, and see with that stiff jab, when you step, you don't hit it like this, you lock it. And once you lock it, man, it's like a brick. Boom! Yeah, the jab is like a right hand.
I see. All right, the chin.
The chin, see,
You talking about the strongest?
Yeah, the strongest chin.
the strongest chin. Ooh-wee. Let me think.
Well, remember, he was in that old school amateurs.
Oh yeah, they didn't have no care, man.
Yeah.
They're like sledgehammer to the face. Fuck it.
And it was some fighters back in our days, like the Hawk, Aaron Pryor, all of them. Man, they had them strong. You can hit them on the chin. You wonder what's holding them up. You look behind them and say, man, was somebody holding him up behind them? Man, them guys, man, could hit.
Unfazed back
I
then.
mean,
That's a hard one to think about.
But see, but what you have to do, you can strengthen the chin up. Do a lot of exercises like this right here with your weight thing. Do a lot of neck exercises to strengthen. You can strengthen that neck up and that chin up. So most people that say
Wrinkle.
you got a glass chin, hit him on the jaw like Floyd Patterson when he fought Sonny Liston. Boom, he went down just like that. But Floyd, he didn't do all. He was with Custom Model. Floyd Patterson may have been Custom Model's first world champion. The guy that trained Mike Tyson. But you got to do a lot of
He had
exercise.
Torres too. Jose
Yeah, he had Torres. He had a lot of champions in there.
Yeah.
But
Floyd was his first.
Flores, but he may have had some before him.
Yeah,
You know, he was pretty old himself.
Yeah.
He was a great man, but he brought Mike Tyson into his house, stay in his house, and he other than that, Mike Tyson would have been in boys' home in prison when he was 12,
So
13.
it's hard for you to say who got the strongest chin.
It's hard to say.
God, that look like a hell of a chin.
Man,
Bro,
But-
you would have been hit like a mug in his chin. You taking Golovkin.
Man, Golovkin, I was just about to say.
Yeah,
triple
yeah.
chin.
I'm like, how the hell did he eat
When-
that? Danny Jacobs hit him with a hook. I'm like, how the hell did he
When he
eat
was
that?
had the Canelo fight, man, he just took it like a champ.
But
Hit
see,
martial form.
what I judge the chin by is who hits you on the chin, not who hits you. If a guy hits you on the chin, and he says record is 38-0 with 33, 35 knockouts, and you take that shot, you got a good chin.
He got that long chin,
Yeah. So these fighters today, it's a different technique, and they work out harder than yesterday's fighters. They learn from us old fighters.
Yeah, they peel off some of them shots.
How about they say they won't?
They doing this now too.
There you go.
Yeah,
Hey, take
yeah.
it. And see, them old folks, we just stand there. Boom. All right, come on. Yeah.
All right. Who has the biggest heart?
Man, the biggest heart, I would say, I just to be real with y'all, I have to give it to Muhammad Ali,
Okay.
or I'd have to give it to, say, maybe a guy named Ron Lau. Y'all probably never heard of him too much. Ron Lau, him and George Foreman fought. They knocked each other down 7 times.
Damn, was
Howard Cosell on ABC.
15 rounds or?
It was 15-round fight. Google it and see when George Foreman lost to Muhammad Ali, he was fighting Ron Lau. Both of them could hit like no tomorrow. And Ron Lau knocked him down, and then George come back and knock him, and then he come back and knock Ron down. And then
It's like
George,
Wilder and Fury, the third one, man.
yeah. I mean, these guys, man, was hitting each other. I mean, like, and it take a lot of heart to get up. Like Tyson Fury, I give him credit. When Dante Wilder, he got a lot of heart.
Some of the
Tyson
best,
Fury,
man.
yeah, he'll act like I'm out. But he's
Rose up like the Undertaker.
He's shucking and jiving. He jump right up. See, you wait for the referee to say, 8, 9, and jump up.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Who had the best defense?
I would say that one of the best defense fighters, let's see, who would that
Lloyd.
Pernell Whitaker. That's mine.
Pernell Whitaker.
Man, that's mine.
Well, see, Sweet Pea was on the 84 Olympic team. Sweet Pea was hard to hit.
Man,
They robbed him.
Hardest.
They robbed him against Chavez and a few more
Yeah,
fights
La
like
Hoya,
that.
all of
And they robbed him, but he had a great defense. And then Mayweather copied their defense, and so Mayweather got the chin roll,
Oh, yeah.
got the shoulder roll up under there to hide that chin.
And Philly Shell.
But Sugar Shane Moses said, "I'm gonna hit you on that chin," but he was so sharp, he grabbed Sugar Shane, and he know how to tie him up. See, you have to learn how to tie people up. See, that's,
How you do it?
it's a certain way you grab them.
He want to know. He want to know. Come over here. Come over here.
Yeah, come on,
Come over here.
Malo.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, come on, Malo.
This is my guy Malo when I was telling you
Malo?
about. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's coming up, man.
Sit like
Is there
a
any
guy.
beer there, Joe?
Sit.
I was wishing, man.
You done?
Yeah.
Hit me in the stomach, not grab it. I grab you like this right here, and I put my foot behind you like that, make it almost. Both of us go to the, and it's not illegal. It's not illegal. Or you grab him, look, just walking, just walking. Make the referee break him. Grab him just like that, walking. Because you're trying to get your sensibility back. All it takes is a split second for you to come back and hook him. One split second.
What was the question? Defense. Defense. Who do you give it to?
I would have to give it to Sweet Pea. Pernell Whitaker.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yes, sir.
What about the best training?
I'm doing lights like
The
this.
best trainer by far, Yes. Angelo Dundee, and Georgie Benton.
Okay.
I put them two. I'm gonna put another one right there with him, and y'all. But he's a little in backup. His name is Ronnie Shields.
Oh, Ronnie Shields.
and-
The Charlo. They changed. He trained.
You heard what I said, and he trained Holyfield. He trained all 84 Olympic team. It's like
He's in Houston right now, right? He's,
Yes, sir. Got his big GM. Everything. He.
When you stop by there?
yeah, we do. He can hook us up with him.
Oh yeah, hook you right. I got Ronnie right now.
Like next weekend?
Yeah, we're going to next week and we're going to
Jay Brick, yep. So you'd be surprised of the training. Them 3 trainers I put right there at the top.
Okay. You know,
Yeah, Freddie Roach, he was a good man. But Freddie, he learned up under Eddie Futch and them to a degree. But Freddie, he didn't learn them scientific moves like Ronnie Shields, Georgie Benton, or Angelo Dundee. Man, they learn from old trainers.
Yeah. I see.
should you run through these rapid fire questions real quick?
Let's run it.
All right,
These are
let's
quick.
do it.
These are quick. This is the
All right,
fun
yeah.
part.
All right,
That's
just-
just
you can't
take your time, Big Sugar Ray, on these.
Hey, boom,
can't.
boom, boom, boom.
These are amateur rounds.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, these amateur rounds. All right, favorite childhood boxer?
Favorite childhood boxer? Sugar Ray Phillips.
Okay, I love that. I love that.
I love that. Why? But I want to.
Well, my favorite childhood boxer, Muhammad Ali.
Okay. Favorite childhood show? TV show?
TV show. You already know, the Jetsons.
Okay. Hey, we're living in the future now, man.
Yeah.
All right, go to fast food place.
Go to fast food place. We fast chicken place.
Okay.
Which one?
Churches.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Kentucky Fried.
Kentucky
That was
Fried,
the
okay.
real deal back in the day. Kentucky Fried. Think I'm making good.
The churches hit him with the honey butter biscuit.
There you
Oh
go.
man, I like what is it, Chicken Express with that serendipity sauce, man.
Yes,
Love-
sir.
love-
Yes, sir.
Praise the Christ.
Yeah.
Preacher was like, what the hell is that?
If you had to cook to impress somebody, what's your go-to meal?
To be truthful, it'll be blackened salmon. Blackened
Okay.
salmon is the one with collard greens and hot water cornbread.
All right, yeah.
He gotta make 132. You can't be talking.
How we
You
get
gotta
to
make 132. We're 143 and 144 right
But
now.
we stay with that salmon, stay with that seafood. You
That'd
good.
be good.
You good.
But he allergic to seafood.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I had a friend of mine.
Tell me, you don't know what to tell him.
I had a friend of mine. Listen, she was from Rio de Janeiro. I mean, drop dead gorgeous. She said, Mr. Sugar Ray, please don't make me eat that seafood. Then we went to a 5-star restaurant. A friend of mine named up at Lefty's in Addison. I made him fix the lobster and all the king salmon. I can't eat it. If I do, man, them highs broke out of
Wait, baby.
You heard what I said?
So she said she couldn't eat it, you still make
I made it eat it because I
you
been
lying.
I never heard of it.
Then what happened? She got the eyes.
She got the I had to take it to the doctor.
I guess the day did.
Oh man.
I never
Oh,
forget
man.
that till the day I die.
Oh my God.
Her name was
Alright.
Nina.
Favorite Michael Jackson song?
Favorite Michael Jackson song.
Eat it.
Oh man.
Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe.
I can do all of them, man. Favorite Michael.
What? Beat it.
Okay.
Beat it.
All right. Name one of your favorite brands you used to wear as a kid but isn't around anymore. Show your age, man.
Well, Fila used to be my main thing. We did a lot of stuff with Fila
I see.
back in the day. And then had another deal called All Star back in the 60s, the 50s.
It's like Converse,
Yeah.
right?
There you
Chuck
go.
Taylor.
There you
Yeah,
actually
Chuck
what it
Taylor.
is, Converse, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The best boxing movie.
The best boxing movie, I have to give it to old Rocky. Old Rocky
you can't go wrong with
he,
that.
he used to come to our gyms. Rocky can't whoop a caterpillar. I wouldn't say none of us in here. He can't whoop a caterpillar, man. But he come to boxing gyms. They taught him all of that movement, taught him all that.
Like pad work, gotta look good.
Yeah, you heard what I said, man.
Choreography.
And that's exactly what it is. But he would come to all the big time boxing gyms and pay the trainers, pay everybody to work with him. So,
There you go. Make good movies.
yep.
A song you're embarrassed to admit you like.
Now She's Gone by B.B. King. Oh, she left me. Oh, she left me with the kids. B.B. King.
There we
Okay.
go.
If someone came up to you and said no cap, what do you think that would mean?
No what?
No cap.
No cap?
He gonna put it this modern language.
Yeah.
No cap. I would say, sir, what are you talking about? Where's that cap at? I said, sir, you want me to show you
What does it
cap
mean?
is?
Tell him what
I'm not like carry your ass. No cap means a lie. Or no wait, no cap means
Wait, these kids talking.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it meant.
So like if a kid's trying to tell the truth, it's like, all right, no cap. So that means like they're being truthful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had to ask my oldest daughter too. I was like, no cap.
No cap.
I have a hat on. All
You
right.
got that right.
What's your preferred gas station?
You already know my last name, Phillips. Okay. Phillips.
Okay.
You gotta find one.
There'll be some reason for my grandpa and them on it. Phillips 66.
What was the hardest shot you ever took?
Well, it was against a guy named Obel Mejias down in Caracas, Venezuela. He hit me harder than Hagler did.
Really?
We fought in the bull ring.
What
down
did he hit
there.
you with?
He hit me with a straight right hand.
Man.
Straight, and the referee kept letting him get away. He kept hitting me low, and I complained to the referee, and the people I had training would complain. But so I went back and started hitting him low, and then took a point. Then the next thing I know, I bang hit me with a hard, right hand. Hell, it took me damn near a day to wake up. His name was Obel Mejias. He fought Hagler and gave him the blues.
Really?
Yeah.
Who did better, you or him?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Hagler beat him down because he come straight out. He wanted to slug like Hagler slug.
I see. Did Hagler's, when he switched from Southpaw to Orthodox, did that ever get you in trouble?
I laugh at that. So, I know you ain't got no power. You used to this side right here. So ain't no sense in faking me talking about this side. I know I know you're strongest side. So I kept shooting the right hand lead. You fight a southpaw, you shoot your right.
So you were
hand
leading
lead.
off the right.
Then you come back with your left hook.
I see.
And you
So
keep,
no jab. You were
you
just
keep this foot a left hander. You keep it like the left hander stand opposite. Well, you keep your left foot outside his right foot.
Right, outside.
so you were just shooting them right off the
Right, and
Yep.
then come back with your left.
So no jab, just right
Now,
just
there you go. That's all.
Stay cooking.
Yep,
I
yep,
see, I
yep.
see.
You teach them how to whoop me.
Yeah.
So, what was that?
Just shoot the 3 off the 2, Jack.
I got some get back. Steak or chicken?
Steak every day of the week. I love a good filleted steak,
How do you like your steak cooked?
medium well.
Okay. Favorite superhero growing up?
Superhero has to be Muhammad Ali.
Okay, yeah, man. Amen to that. Favorite sports team?
Favorite sports team, I would say would be the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
I had a friend, Hollywood Henderson, Too Tall Jones, Tony Dorsett, that's playing in the Super Bowl, and a friend of mine named Percy Howard, he run a touchdown back in the Super Bowl, and they won that Super Bowl with Roger Staubach.
Now, well, it don't count. You got to party with me. Man. That don't count, man. That don't count. Okay. All right. Country living or city life?
You know, I'm a city man. They offered me a big contract to stay in Middle Wells. They offered me a big contract to come down for some more parts. But the country is nice to visit.
Right.
But the city got Sugar Ray.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's it. Hard said. I
Yeah.
see. Favorite blues artist?
Without a shadow of a doubt. Bobby Blue Bland, B.B. King, you put them two right there. Bobby Blue Bland, B.B. King.
Oh man, I know all those songs just because all the years I've been
Stevie Ray Vaughan was right
Hey,
back.
that's my favorite
The
right
sky is crying.
I know all the songs just because when I trained home, I had to listen to them.
Oh, you used to listen to
We couldn't get started unless he put that on.
Okay. Voodoo Child and oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
He would say, "Oh yes," and we were good to go. Like,
See, that's that adrenaline. See, a fighter, like I tell fighters, we train by, we listen to different music in the gym. Whatever amps you up, that's what I want you to get it.
Okay.
That's why you
Only
train.
problem is I don't like listening to these young guys shitty music.
No,
Man, dude, they don't even rhyme. It's not even on beat.
But see, what happens? Say like, if your son becomes champion, which you think he will, he come to the gym.
I gotta listen to this bullshit.
No.
Champion runs the radio.
What happened? When you train him, the rest of the fighters can't even be in the gym. So they got to be his music, not their music. His music only, sir.
Okay, champion runs the radio.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I guess I'm just giving me some earplugs.
Right.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
I want to listen to his album.
If you had to sit down and watch one boxing match, which one would it be?
It would be that Muhammad Ali and George Foreman in Zaire.
Okay, that was funny.
Okay.
That was funny. I got that picture on the wall over there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The one we looked at earlier. Remember
Rumble in the
the
Jungle?
Oh,
Rumble
yeah.
in the Jungle on there said black and white. It's an antique.
Yes, sir.
All right. Who gave you the toughest round?
I would say Hagler.
Hagler.
Marvelous.
What
Hagler.
round was it?
It was like round, I would say about round number 5, he hit me with a solar plex shot. He switched over, boom! But I had knots in my stomach. It's just 8 knots in your stomach, not 6. It's 8.
8 of them.
I had it all in him right there. But he slipped to the side, bing, dug up.
Was he in Southpaw or Orthodox when he did it?
Southpaw.
Man, so he hit you with that lead?
Yeah, he hit me with that lead uppercut right in the solar plex.
Man.
And then boom.
Off of a switch.
Oh yeah, off of the switch.
Man.
Yep.
All right, we got another one for you. If someone said they were going to pull out a glizzy, what would you think?
A glizzy or lizzy? A glizzy or lizzy?
It's one of his new words.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna ask you something, sir.
Yes,
What
sir.
is a glizzy?
I'm good.
It's a gun.
Oh, it's a good.
Yeah,
it's,
man, they come up with.
I thought it was a hot dog.
Why?
It's more than one.
This is important.
Wait.
This is why this segment is
Semantics
important.
matter.
But see-
so when we look at the semantic range, we talking about
Would you-
gun, hot dog.
It would be according on how close he is to me.
Okay.
See,
Where he's going with this question? Is he really going somewhere with this question?
Second, I learned from all the UFC guys.
You talking about glitch.
They do gun training, they do knife training. Man, I mean, it's a blink of an eye. Bing! But now if he get back from here, Sam, I can say, man, I got grandkids, I got. See, I ain't got no chance to get. But if he's right here, man, give me I got your ass.
Who's your favorite UFC fighter? Speaking of.
Man, it would have to be my friend that I'm training in the gym right now named Guy Metzger. Guy Metzger.
Yes, in Richardson off 75. Right where I would have
Yes, sir.
one time.
Yeah, Yeah, Guy Metzger, he come through with Ken Man. He come with Iceman Chuck Liddell. He come with Ken Shamrock. He come up through all them. And Guy's a Texas boy, and he's humble as he can be. And he was a hell of a UFC fighter. He was a wrestler in college. See, you have to be a wrestler in high school, a wrestler in college to really catch on at UFC. A lot of people ain't hip to that.
I see.
You got to be a wrestler first, and then you flip over. That's
Yeah,
right.
but
That's
it's
what
defend against it at least.
Yeah.
Yep.
You gotta have that takedown defense. All right, who's the best Sugar Ray? Robinson, Leonard, or Phillips?
Without a shadow of a doubt, it's Mr. Phillips. Without a shadow of a doubt. But Sugar Ray Robinson was my idol.
Okay.
He was me, Leonard, Sugar Ray Seals. He was our idol. Sugar Ray Robinson was.
I see.
His name was Ray Walker, and he changed it to Sugar Ray Robinson because he was at a fight one time and he didn't have no ID, so a guy had another ID for Ray Robinson. So he said, I take it he followed up under his name. Just Google it. He followed up under his name, and that's why they put it in. They said, man, you sweet as sugar. So Sugar Ray, he called up.
Okay.
And that's real talk. I say, you Google it, you got on all the internet, y'all smart, get on them phones, you'll see. He's
Look
the
at your
one.
glizzy, get on your phone.
Yeah, he's the one who gave Sugar Ray Robinson, and he gave him his name. He was born Ray Walker.
Okay.
So now he come to the fight. He didn't have a birth certificate, so he said, "Man, it's got Ray Walker got one. I mean Ray Robinson." So he took the name Ray Robinson.
Spin it around.
So now a guy seems to say, "Man, you sweet as sugar." So he started calling it Sugar Ray.
I see it.
That was back in 30s and 20s and 40s and 50s.
All right. Look, last question. Who is your Mount Rushmore of boxers?
Do what now?
Mount Rushmore of boxers. 4 boxers that you
top
put.
4, yeah.
The top 4 right now
Big old
are in history.
Well, let's do both.
History. This is what
Okay, history. Jack Johnson
Okay.
was my favorite man. And then I have to go through, a lot of people, they say this, say that, man, but Rocky Marciano, he could take a beating and keep right on ticking. They take a beating. And then it would be Muhammad Ali, then Sonny Liston.
Okay.
Sonny List.
What about boxers that are active today?
Boxers active today. Man, I like Hank the Tank. I like him. I like that boy out of England over there, Tyson Fury.
Okay.
Tyson Fury was a great fighter. And then you would have to go down to maybe in them welterweights. You can go down to maybe that Charlo. I'm sorry, not Charlo. Canelo.
Okay, middleweight, like you
Yeah,
was.
yeah, middleweight. Yeah, Canelo was always in great condition, and he got old school trainers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, them is the fighters I like for the today's fighters that I would really sit and watch them and
Okay.
see what they're doing. But we got a lot of them coming up now. They got different techniques and they got different training aspects. But if you go back to the old school training, you're gonna knock all the ass out.
Yeah.
I got both.
That old school
I
training.
got both.
You got both. Well, you go-
He really had half.
Yeah.
Look, part of it is because of him. I'm telling you, met the man, and look, we take this seriously. I
Yes,
like
sir.
to think of what we do, it's not just boxing training, but it's boxing scholarship. We're trying
Yeah.
to break it down to the particulars. Knowing the history is
Yeah.
very important. And also when it comes to the business and know who you're messing with. But man, this has been fun. This has been exciting for this session, this episode of the Good Fight podcast to bring on Big Sugar Ray Phillips,
The living
the
legend.
living legend, to just lace us up on game, on boxing knowledge, on boxing history, on boxing heritage. And so we thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you on the next episode. This has been the Good Fight.
And I would
Thank
like
you
to
for
say
tuning
this
in.
right here before you cut off. I'm in the Black Sports Hall of Fame with Jack Johnson.
that's
Joe
right.
Foreman. I'm in the Sports Hall of Fame with all the Texas fighters in history. Sugar Ray Phillips.
Look
Let's
him
give
up.
it up. Let's give it
This has
up.
been the Good Fight. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bam, bam, bam. Same hand, man. Same hand. Hit him to the liver, uppercut, turn, and bam. Let him hard. I train your opponent. Your opponent is not trained. You gotta train him. So you get in that ring, got no fear for you. So in your head. Yeah, no, I ain't got no fear from you. Boom, boom, go to work. Because you know you in shape. Not in shape, you got a complex, you know. Man, she hit like a girl. And keep fighting. But see, once you in condition, you can do a lot of things. Once you're not in shape,
Tell yourself you can't, what you won't be able to do.
your mind can't even conceive it, because it can't achieve it, because you're not in shape. You're fooling yourself. Like when y'all tell your dad, trainer, man, I run three hard, not.
Need success, baby.
Run. I train your opponent. You beat him. Because you hear him when you get up on him. When you hear him. Ain't no gas station.
When you get a chance.
You told me that one a long time.
When you got a good strong culture here too, man. Like it's not just so many guys, there's a few of us, and like they're really all close, and you know they're competitive, man. And I'm looking forward to what the future holds.
Keep working. Bam, 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 bam.